It's 7:30 ABC Southern Queensland. Dennis O'Hara with you. If you've just joined me, thank you for doing that. If you're listening to me on the radio or on your device, nice to have you with me. With that COVID-19 restrictions lifting, some restrictions lifting, many people around southern Queensland are able to move about this weekend up to 150k radius from their home. Toowoomba to Stanthorpe, we calculated earlier, was 143 k's. And you may say to me, are cellar doors open? Well, many Granite Belt cellar doors are open this weekend. However, there is a caveat. For most, they are only open for wine bottle sales. No tastings or pours for consumption. Cellar doors are classed together with bars under the COVID-19 restrictions. So unfortunately, cellar doors can't offer wine tastings until the 10th of July. It's a bit away, isn't it? However, a couple of Granite Belt wineries have restaurants attached, and under this licensing, they are able to provide wine with meals. The restaurants at Heritage Estate Wines and Ballandine Estate Wines are going to be open today. Therese Fenwick and her husband Robert are co-owners of Heritage Estate Wines and are with me. Good morning, Therese.
Good morning, Dennis.
Morning, Dennis.
How are you?
We're very well.
Very well. Looking forward to seeing some people.
Yeah, I bet you are. That's my first question, Therese and Robert. How are you feeling about today?
Oh, excited. We've put together a new menu that is going with a flight of, or 2 paddles of wine, and they are matching the 9 courses that you can have. So it's going to be really a good fun day.
Bit of fun, and I'm out there busy. I'm busy lighting up the fire as you do in Stanthorpe this time of the morning. So we got a nice big fireplace.
Yeah, it'd be nice and crisp down that way this morning, I would imagine. Has there been a couple of frosts around your place so far this year?
Yes. We had one just last week.
Yeah, and it always makes things a little bit sort of better, I think, and get a nice frost. It's a great day afterwards. Can you tell me, Therese and Robert, how long has Heritage Estate Wines been operating on the Granite Belt?
Heritage itself has been going for 30 years. Paddy and Bryce planted vines back in 1990, but we have vines that date back to 1960. So they're actually, as you can calculate, 60 years old. They were some of the first grapes for wine that were planted in Queensland, and there's some of the oldest grapes in the world now at 60 years old.
Oh, really? Now, I mentioned at the start of this, Therese, that you come under the ban of having a restaurant attached to the winery, so you are actually able to open with the restrictions that are in place this weekend, whereas the cellar doors, which a lot of people inquire about, come under the bar area because they don't have a restaurant attached. So it's an interesting situation just at the present time, isn't it?
Yes, we'd like to see that changed in the next little while for the sake of everyone up here. So hopefully Acquire, our industry body, Queensland Wine Industry Association, is lobbying the government to have that changed because we're quite different from a bar. Small numbers of people who aren't there just to drink alcohol. They're there to taste wine, and we can keep everyone separated. So for the sake of everyone, I hope that changes in the next week or two.
Can you just...
I noticed...
Sorry, where you go.
On your introduction, I think there was one winery missing that's got a restaurant open today, and that's Jester Hill.
Oh, right.
Sure
okay, so there's another one that has a restaurant there as well. Can you just tell me a little bit, and I know how tough business has been for everyone during this pandemic, but what's it been like for you and other people in the area for the first 3 months, the first quarter of this year?
I don't want to take away from the significance of COVID. It's been absolutely devastating and huge for a lot of people. But for us, it's actually been an amazing journey. We've concentrated more on our clients. We feel closer, even though we're further away. We've conducted virtual tastings. We have reached out on social media, and that's something that we always needed to do, was get our systems in order, and we've done that. So, we're ready to welcome everybody back again with open arms.
Now, I noticed that Monique, who organised all this for me, managed to, at the very end of all this, Therese, she sent me a copy of the menu today. And that's a bit unfair, because I'm sitting here and I can see all these goodies, that are going to be on offer there today. So I think she's trying to really tempt me to head down that way. But you've got this happening. There's lots of great things. We won't go into the details because this is the ABC, of course, but you've got lots of things happening there today. So how are you going to work this? You've got the restrictions in place, so tell me how you're going to walk me through it. How are you going to work this today?
Oh, well, it starts from quite a number of days ago, getting our workplace health and safety plan in order, getting our COVID checklist in order. Because we can only have 10 people, we don't have a huge staff on here today, so everyone's gone through the checklist and knows what we have to do. All the signage is up, distancing. We just have to be on top of the situation. Basically, we'll operate a concierge at the front door, so when people come, they need to know that they need to give us their name and address and phone number. So that's a requirement of the government. And we'll guide them to a table where they'll be sitting the requisite distance apart and beginning table service. So there won't be anyone gathering up at the bar for tastings. So it'll be quite different from a normal Saturday, but still fun.
And what has the response been like? People know you're going to open this weekend, so what has the response been like?
Well, you're helping Dennis with that. We'll be...
I think it's fair to say this is an experiment.
We'll be flying blind, I think.
We've talked to a number of people through the week that are doing this, because a lot of people who own restaurants, they say the 10 limit, it's not worth them opening, because by the time they have staff and they look after 10 people at a time or whatever, at the end of the day, the bottom line, it's not going to be too good. But you're not worried about this, are you? You want to be open.
We want to be open. We really want to see people coming back to the Granite Belt and start that momentum going. So, we're not anticipating this will be a massive day for us financially, but I think we'll have some fun and hopefully some people come along and enjoy themselves and can then go to the other cellar doors and maybe buy some wine, buy a bit of wine off us as well. So, it's not necessarily about making a fortune out of the day.
And just talking about tables, there might be some people who would be lucky enough to sit at a 17-seat table. That should pretty much do the social distancing. It's the oldest table in Queensland. It was brought out from England sometime before 1859 when Queen Victoria declared Queensland a colony. So possibly the oldest official artefact in the state is resided here at Heritage Estate.
Oh, really? Gee, that's interesting. It's an interesting place, the Granite Belt in general, because just on the music side of things, we've often talked about it here over the years. John Cash went down there a couple of times because he had a retired doctor that was living in the area, and he said the Granite Belt was a great place for him to go down. He enjoyed it, and I think he even thought about even buying some land there way back, but I don't think that eventuated. So it certainly does have appeal.
That's right, and we do have the Johnny Cash Festival once every year or so.
In October.
Yeah. Well, look, all I can say is all the best today. It's a start, and lots of businesses are, opening up today. I wish you the best, and people can enjoy going down there. It's in that radius of a lot of places, isn't it? The 150k, so that will open up the area.
Yep.
Hopefully so.
Yep.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks very much for talking to me.
Thank you, Dennis. Bye.
Bye. That's Therese Fenwick and husband Robert. They're the co-owners